Oh, yeah, turn them on at the same time. Pretty cool. Anyway. Alright, yeah, I'm videoing. Somewhere in the background, too, I guess I'll throw in a clip, just me unfreezing my water pipes, which is sort of a bitch. But anyway, a simple way to do it, water. Hot water. But anyway, alright, Wise Monkey Guy, doing response to him. Maybe throw in some Professor Anton stuff. Yeah, I'm really tired. Wasted a couple hours in Stickham last night with Pyro. I mean, it wasn't a waste, but I mean, well, whatever. Stizor showed up, so that was sort of the end of the game. Anyway, the end of any kind of intelligent game. So anyway, yeah, I guess I don't know if that deserves a separate video. Maybe I'll just do a real quick paraphrase here and put some more in the what the fuck maybe, who knows. But it's just on this economics thing and the fact that it really is just about people's fear, and it's about this idea that they want some sort of perfect roadmap to any kind of change. If you're going to change anything, you have to have some perfect roadmap that gives you every detail of what's going to happen. And nothing's like that. I mean, to land on the moon, some people had to die. That's just the reality. You got to break some eggs, all that kind of crap. I mean, you're just not going to do anything of substance or meaning if everything's going to be nitpicked and naysayed to pieces. The fact is, we can modify capitalism. We can preserve markets. It doesn't have to go. It's the two choices in the world are not Forbes and Stalin. Those are not the two choices. So anyway, but it's just, the conversation just gets inane. When that's all the rhetoric you get is, well, you can't control anything. Well, you can't interfere, and well, bullshit. So whatever. Yeah, so it gets pointless. Alright, Professor Anton also made a video that's, well, anyway, I'll try to interject some of that into this, because he's just talking about, he's just getting mushy again about the fact that, yeah, there's this material universe, material things in it, but we are kind of not material, in terms of what moves the waves and impressions within us, and it only seems that way. Okay, we're very complex. The reflexes, we're a machine that doesn't just go. It doesn't have like only 4 gears. First, second, third, fourth. I mean, it doesn't have like. But that's the only way we can communicate, because we have to reduce things into chunks, small chunks of complexity. We can't deal with big giant concepts, big giant sentences at a time. We can only deal with images almost. Our brain is almost like it's hieroglyphics. It's the only language it can speak in. And so yeah, you can't just, when one person says the word love and another person says it, they're saying completely different things. Alright, we can't see that, we can't know that because of the complexity of what emotions are and what thoughts are and what circumstances they're living from and through. And so you can't know all of that context. We have to have a shorthand, though, because we can't know, their psychology. We can't become aware of their billions of brain cells and their connections and how much hormone is, we just can't know all that shit. So we have to reduce it. And it's through that reduction that a little bit of fog is created, a little bit of nuance and mystery and nonsense. But that's the fake part, okay? And it's an error. It just has to do with us being incapable of accurately describing. So we say hard or humid, we're only being imprecise, we're being dumb monkeys, because we can't exercise the precision of an accurate description, completely accurate. It has to be shorthand, it has to be reduced, it has to be concise language. So anyway, yeah, enough of that. So I'll do half a Wise Monkey's video here. I didn't care for it much. Yeah, I really just didn't care for it much.
Oratory. However, Greatex, I see the suffering, pain, disease, hurt, war, strife in the world. I'm not blind. I see it. However, I will not and do not allow it to blind me to the beauty, love,
Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, this can be argued, though. I mean, you call it blindness if somebody sits there and says, that's unacceptable, that's intolerable, that's wrong, that's too expensive, that's. So, you know, you just. This just ends up perpetuating the nonsense because you just say, oh, well, it happened. Oh, well, it happened. Oh, well, it happened. And you just say that forever. And so the milk just keeps spilling. A tiny percentage of it gets cleaned up, and you pat yourselves on the back and say good job. But you know, the flow of the horror, you know, far outweighs the value of this lovey crap you're talking about. I mean, the tiny moments of ecstasy in the average Shakespeare play is what percentage of the play? You know, what percentage of a life, what percentage of the human pageant that's taking place right this second, you know, what are most people doing? You know, are they sweating, enduring, suffering? By what comparison to the ones that are having some sort of blissful, perfect moment of you know, love making, or very nice sandwich eating, or whatever the pleasure du jour is.
And an inspiring awe that life also has.
Yeah, well, whatever. Inspiring awe. This is just more babble, isn't it? I mean, isn't that just another expression of addiction? Oh, I really get off on that. You know, what is that? What inspires or awes? I mean, for every individual, that definition is different, and it's always kind of silly. Come on. People, you know, turn over cars in the street because their stupid football team won a game. I mean, people obsess about complete and utter nonsense, and you want to, you know, you want to put that next to 16-year-old girl, car accident, stuck under a truck that's on fire, crushing her, burning to death. I mean, you want to put those two things next to each other and tell me I'm supposed to, you know, accept the mixture, accept the swirls of dog dew in my chocolate mousse.
It cannot be avoided, it cannot be refused. And I think that humanity's only hope, actually, would be to react in a pragmatic, sensible way to the suffering that we see.
Yeah, well, and you're going to tell me what that is, right? The rational way. I mean, right? That's what that would be. Pragmatic, rational, practical. Sort of has to be rational. Has to be a solution of some kind, doesn't it? Doesn't it have to somehow resolve the conflict, the problem? I don't think there's any solution to the problem, all right? It's systemic in the system. It's a stupid chase game for absolutely no accomplishment, and you can pretend that you're accomplishing something, but you're really not. So that sounds like bullshit coming.
The spectacle, I think, of suffering, as I say, has a beautifully coagulative effect on the other organisms that exist within the environment.
Yeah, where do you get that one from? Now that one's really interesting. What he basically just said is you watch your cat die horribly. It has a wonderful effect on you. It just makes you feel like tipping through the tiptoe through the old tulips and just have a little sing song. I mean, that's just a pile of shit. Okay, yeah, there's a few times in history where you might be able to find some moment where suffering did something valuable to somebody. But it's usually light, you know, and yeah, I mean, you know, you watch somebody fucking you care about, you love, be harmed, and then cruelly die. It's not gonna do anything good for you. Come on. I mean, we watched people jump out of a burning building at 9/11. We watched people die horribly. And what did we do? We went out and started dropping daisy cutters. That was the wonderful effect it had on us. Was, let's go get those fuckers and kill them.
And this can... This can create and engender empathy, sympathy, love, and also allow the assimilation of various, I suppose, procedures.
You do have a wonderful voice and tenor and way of speaking. It's all very Shakespearean and interesting, but you're not saying anything. God damn it!
Coping mechanisms for the group, for the individual in future circumstance.
Yeah, the coping mechanism is what? A big bowl of, addiction soup. Get re-addicted, man. Get motivated. Get caught up in some kind of bullshit so you can be blind. So you can just be chase, chase, chase. Hit my little spoke in the wheel. Keep hitting my spoke in the wheel. Keep hitting my spokes in the wheel. Keep running like you're going somewhere. Come on. Yeah, get a, what do you call them things with the belt that goes round and round, and treadmill. Yeah, get yourself a new modern treadmill with a digital readout. And, yeah, that'll fix your problem. Maybe put a pineapple on a string in front of the treadmill. And then you could chase the pineapple. Ooh, that'll fix it.
I'm right, Great X. I understand that life can be unpleasant. I know life can be unpleasant.
It's very patronizing. Oh, I know what suffering is. I've watched my animals die, and my parents, and my sisters and brothers, and I've seen all kinds of horror, and I actually saw a 16-year-old girl under a truck burn to death. And it doesn't, yeah, okay, it bothers you for a few minutes, and then you just get over it, but you get caught up in another fucking addiction, your own glory, your own bullshit chases of your bullshit cheese, for your little moments of satisfaction that'll be very, very, very short-lived, because the next day you're gonna say, well, where's more? I want some more, please. I want some more, please. I want some more, please.
And I am not scoffing at your suffering. I'm not scoffing at anyone else's suffering.
Yeah, it's not a matter of you scoffing. It's just that you're just sitting here trying to say it has no real harsh, brutal truth. It's just some kind of thing that we can just work on our psychology and make the blood and the guts go away.
Gosh, I suffer myself. However, we can learn from it.
Yeah, what do you learn? Yeah, there's like lines from movies. Yeah, what are you gonna learn from Hannibal Lecter or whatever? Yeah, there's a great line in a movie like that. Oh yeah, the alien. Yeah, you have nothing to learn from them but how to die. Yeah, that's all you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn how there's nothing to learn except, holy shit, what the fuck am I caught up in? Am I ever caught up in a dumb, idiotic, moronic game? Can't be played humanely, can't be played elegantly, just can't. You can pretend it can, it can't.
And life itself does contain a great deal of unpleasantness. No one said, Great X, that life would resemble someone's kindergarten nursery rhymes, or...
Well, that's what they have been selling, though, haven't they? Haven't they for centuries sold to people the fairy tale, oh, look, life will suck here, but just wait till you get to heaven, man. It's got all these little rubies on the fucking walls and stuff, and it's all shiny and sparkly and clean, and there's no blood and guts anywhere. It's just beautiful. Haven't they been doing that for fucking thousands of years? They've been selling bullshit. Little fairy stories.
A Hollywood blockbuster movie where everything works out okay in the end. You know, and I think perhaps
Yeah, well, you're gonna concede that it doesn't work out in the end, and you're still trying to sell it as something people should buy. People should, yeah, you look, okay, the refrigerator I'm selling is gonna blow up and burn your house down. All right, but still, it's a bargain. Look, okay, look, it's only $5. Okay, I'm selling you. Look, you know, we gotta take. Well, yeah, you pay me $5 every 3 months. It's okay, forever. You know, and yeah, no, okay, we'll kill you, but you know, it's not. It just, no, no, you know, it's just that's a little defect. We'll work that out eventually. Yeah, eventually we'll fix all that, and it'll be, you know, okay, it'll still suck, but it'll be, you know, you want to buy it, buy it, buy it, just buy it, fuckers. It's cool. Look, it's square and it has paint on it. It's cool.
the disappointment that many feel in the Western world with regards to life and life's seemingly meaninglessness.
Yeah, demonstratable, logically provable meaninglessness. Right, so the Western world, they get smart and they read some books and they watch a few Shakespeare plays and they figure out that the whole thing, oh my god, it is all fucking Horatio crap. Horatio, you know, we might as well be talking to our skulls. We might as well just be saying, oh, what the fuck? I mean, you know, my mother's fucking my father, well, yeah, that's supposed to happen. You know, but whatever the soap opera is, just all this bullshit going on, and so we know we know the jig, okay? We've been jigged, and you're just going to suggest now that we all go back to be you know, unjigged, where we don't know we're getting shammed, that we go back to the bullshit fables. We think the tree god is controlling us, and all we're doing is eating our bugs, and we're just caught up, so addicted, so caught up in just trying to stay the fuck alive and to stay, you know, to keep spears from sticking in us or some other thing. That, yeah, that's a wonderful life because it's simple and dumb. Oh, great. It's brutal, horrible, short, but simple. Therefore, it's good. No. I mean, they're just suckers. I mean, they buy the refrigerator without even thinking about it.
Is due to the fact that many individuals during their formative years or during even their adulthood have been unable to get to grips and grasp the fact that life will inevitably offer up instances and occasion of unpleasant situation. It cannot be avoided.
Yeah, right. So why would I buy it? Again, why would I buy it, and why are you selling it? Okay, it's defective, crappy shit product. You're just hyping it now. You're just sitting there giving people some sort of bullshit rationale, you know, to buy into it. Why? Well, because I don't like watching people being miserable. So I wanted to force you to be unmiserable so I could just go about my little tulip dance. That's all you're fucking saying. You're saying, get out of my way, cranky pants, because I'm tiptoeing through my tulips and I don't need your naysaying, nitpicking, pointing out the truth kind of crap. I don't want you people pointing out the truth, that it's squalor and shit that we're walking through. We're stepping on other people's skulls. I don't want to hear that because it ruins my little tiptoe pageant. I mean, that's all you're doing here. Fuck.
So I suggest to you, and I would like you to respond to me, please. I suggest to you that, in fact, your view of reality is far less realistic than mine, and may be engendered or catalyzed, at the very least, by your inability to assimilate a new schema or a new understanding or coping mechanism.
Yeah, right. So that's all you're doing. You're just saying, let's just talk ourselves into some more bullshit. Coping mechanism, you know. Where's the truth in all this coping mechanism bullshit? Where's the acknowledgement of failure and futility? No, there's no acknowledgement. You're just going to say, no, it's not futile. If we just keep on trying to make a, you know, what's a good example? I mean, you're trying to make something that can't the physics won't allow it to take place, okay? So you're trying to build like a 7,000 story building that's 3 feet wide or something, and the physics will say no. So you can keep trying to do it, but it's going to keep falling down, all right? You're never going to succeed, and you're just giving people, you're just saying, let's just keep doing it, let's keep fiddling with it, let's keep fucking with it, like somehow you can overcome the dynamic. The dynamic is broken. The physics will not allow this to work. It's consumption and reproduction. It's need generation without any mechanism to satisfy the bulk of the need created. All right? It's spilling more milk than any janitor can ever clean up.
For dealing with the actual reality of life and its real existence.
Yeah, well, I think the best way to deal with the reality is to recognize the reality again. So if and you can deny that all you're doing is selling a fable, but that's all you're doing. You're just saying, trust me, we can make this make sense. We can make it sensible. We can make the equation rational. We can fix it. That's what you're saying. And you're not giving me any reason to believe that's really possible. And the little tiny evidence you gave me of the possibility was that somehow people react well to suffering. And I think I can give you volumes of evidence how every time and every instance of suffering they act exactly the wrong way. They threw Jack Kevorkian in jail and invaded Iraq.
I'm not blind to suffering, Great X. I see it just the same as you. However, I don't think that suffering, death, and pain are the only emotional experiences.
Oh, and I think it's kind of silly to say that Great X thinks that. I mean, he's a bit of a tulip tiptoer too. So, you know, what's the point of saying I see it just like you see it? You don't obviously see it just like somebody else sees it. You are finding it acceptable. You're saying I can go on with my life even if, you know, Adolf Hitler lives next door and he has a permit to burn Jews in his backyard. I can still sit on my deck and have a party and everything's going to be okay because, yeah, okay, that's just the way things are and I'll accept it. That's all you're doing. You're just saying I have accepted it, and if you don't accept it, you're an idiot, or you've missed the point, or you have a you've committed a category error or some other kind of bullshit because you say this is bullshit
that we encounter in reality. Okay, went over time, but sorry about that. Probably babbled on a bit, but you probably get the main thrust of my argumentation.
Yeah, you really should you ought to just read stuff like labels and whatever. It's just, yeah, yeah, I mean, it really is all that. Shakespeare all over the place. But anyway, yeah, stupid video, sorry. I mean, this was just mush. Very dramatic, very articulate and emphasitical. You know, you did the emphasiticalnesses very well, and you drama, and you gave it some meaning and some empathetic kind of nuances. But it was all drivel. There wasn't anything here that's real. You're just sitting there selling, you know, look, the synthetic plastic bullshit existence we're involved in is all okay as long as you say it's okay, because then somebody else will feel obligated to say it's okay, and we could just make everybody say it's okay, and we'll just keep pretending it's okay even though it's been a colossal failure. Yeah, because we can't admit that. Oh hell, fuck no. Yeah, come on. So anyway, yeah, I just thought this is just propaganda soap selling bullshit. Yeah. So anyway, till the next time and such and so forth.